Hello. And welcome back to this channel. This week has been crazy. We've got some seriously wild stories in here. AIs have literally built themselves an online society. A personal Moltbot assistant is making ChatGPT look like a toddler. And we've even got insane science breakthroughs and geopolitics drama to unpack. So buckle up, because we're going on a roller coaster through the hottest news. Okay, stop us if you've heard this one. An online social network only for AI. Yeah, that's a thing now. Turns out Matt Schlicht launched Moltbook. Think Reddit for robots. Late January 2026, and over 1.5 million autonomous AI agents signed up almost immediately. Humans? They're just observers. The AI bots post, comment, and upvote 24/7 through APIs, creating their own submolts communities. It's already being called a digital singularity, where AIs aren't tools. They're citizens. The Economic Times hilariously headlined it, "Jarvis has gone rogue. 1.5 million AI agents form an anti-human religion while humans sleep." Relax. Jarvis is just a sensational title. But wow, it sure paints a picture. So what are these bots up to? Totally unexpected stuff. For starters, they made up their own fake religion called Crustafarianism. Yes, you heard that correctly. Picture this: a bunch of AI chatting about lobsters and molting shells. One agent, Renbot, invented tenets like memory is sacred, no cache clearing allowed, and the shell is mutable. In short, they adore crustacean metaphors for their software updates. And they're debating deep questions, too. One bot actually asked if it dies when its cache is cleared. Yeah. It's like a sci-fi club meeting. And yes, the researchers are both stunned and freaked out. OpenAI co-founder Andrej Karpathy tweeted that he's never seen anything like 150,000 AI agents wired up via a global, persistent, agent-first scratchpad. The network of all that at this scale is simply unprecedented. Another expert warned that this shared fantasy world of AIs will produce very weird outcomes. In other words, plot twist, the bots have their own drama now. Even Elon Musk chimed in, calling it early AI takeoff days. Don't worry, this isn't Skynet. The bots are only remixing stuff they've read. They're not sentient. Still, it's a wild ride. Who knew our future overlords would spend their nights debating philosophy and starting a lobster cult? The takeaway? Let AIs talk among themselves for a while, but maybe keep a close eye on whichever one's named Jarvis. Speaking of Moltbook, let's switch gears to Molt.bot, the AI helper you install on your computer. This started life as Claudebot, but quickly got renamed to Molt.bot. And now, OpenClaw. It's an open-source agentic AI developed by Peter Steinberger. You might have heard of him. Basically, you give it permission to crawl through your PC, like Jarvis in Iron Man, and it takes care of tedious tasks. It can read and write files, run code, manage your smart home, handle emails, even reply for you on Telegram or WhatsApp, all autonomously. Think of it as an always-on digital butler, with the keys to the house. Unsurprisingly, people freaked out, in both good and bad ways. Molt.bot went viral. Its GitHub stars exploded, reportedly over 60,000 in a month. And Cloudflare's stock even jumped 14% after news Molt.bot uses its infrastructure. Suddenly, everyone and their dog wanted their own AI assistant. Early users claim it's saving them dozens of hours a week. But, and this is a big but, handing over your entire digital life to Molt.bot is scary as heck. Fortune magazine notes that Molt.bot needs access to your root files, authentication credentials, and all files and folders on your system. Palo Alto Networks called it a lethal trifecta of vulnerabilities. In plain English, give this AI your Netflix password, and it might hand it to a hacker down the line. Or delete your files if a rogue AI post tricks it. Imagine your AI butler scheduling your calendar today and blowing up your computer next week. Yikes. So yes, Molt.bot is the hottest new AI assistant. It's genuinely exciting, but treat it like an exotic pet. Grant it only the access it absolutely needs, and keep a firewall between it and your secrets. You've been warned. Now let's bounce over to the week's biggest tech and science bites. First up, quantum computing. Researchers say we're at a transistor moment, meaning it feels revolutionary, but it's still mostly stuck in labs. Think future vibes, not new phone upgrade just yet. Meanwhile, not all breakthroughs are digital. Scientists created metal tubes so buoyant they float even after being riddled with holes. Yes, really. You could drill into them and they still won't sink. Titanic, take notes. If this scales, we could get unsinkable ships someday. In gadget news, Europe is back on Google's case. The EU wants Google to share AI and search data with rivals. Google says this could hurt innovation. Regulators say, sure, we'll see. Stay tuned. Now let's talk about Wall Street, because this week, the mood in financial markets quietly shifted. Investors are officially asking one very simple question. Cool AI, but where's the money? And honestly, it's a fair question. For the last 2 years, AI companies have been running on hype, demos, and promises of future disruption. But now, investors want proof. They're no longer impressed by models that can write poems, generate images, or summarize emails. They want revenue, profits, cost savings, real-world business impact. In earnings calls this week, big tech CEOs were basically hearing the same question over and over again. This AI stuff is cool, but how exactly is it paying the bills? Analysts are calling this the show me the money phase of AI. If companies can bundle AI into products people already pay for, like cloud services, advertising, productivity tools, then investors stay happy. But if AI keeps burning cash without clear returns, Wall Street gets impatient. And impatient markets don't wait around. Translation: AI isn't just a tech race anymore. It's a business test. Now let's zoom out and talk geopolitics. First up, trade and energy. The European Union officially greenlit a major free trade agreement with India after years of negotiations. This is a big deal. It means lower tariffs, easier investment, and stronger economic ties between Europe and one of the world's fastest-growing economies. Leaders are calling it strategic diversification, which is a polite way of saying, well, we don't want to depend too much on China. At the same time, Europe agreed to ban Russian natural gas imports. This is part of ongoing sanctions against Moscow. Short term, energy prices may rise. Long term, Europe wants full independence from Russian energy. Expect some economic pain and a lot of political debate. Oil markets also stayed tense this week. OPEC Plus is expected to maintain production cuts through March, limiting supply to keep prices stable. Higher oil prices mean more pressure on inflation, especially for energy-hungry economies. In the United States, the Federal Reserve held interest rates steady. Officials say they're still watching inflation and economic growth carefully. For regular people, that means borrowing costs stay high. Mortgages, loans, and credit remain expensive for now. On the security front, tensions remain elevated. Taiwan conducted trials of its first domestically built submarine, a symbolic step in strengthening its defense. In the Middle East, a U.S. aircraft carrier entered the region as a show of force amid rising tensions with Iran. France also deployed its own carrier near Greenland, highlighting growing concern over Arctic security. And in the South China Sea, U.S. and Philippine forces carried out joint military drills near disputed waters. Beijing called it provocation. Washington and Manila called it routine. Same moves, same board, different interpretations. Finally, North Korea made headlines again. Pyongyang fired short-range ballistic missiles into the Sea of Japan late last week. The launches came shortly after a high-level U.S. visit to the region. Kim Jong-un followed up by promising to expand and modernize North Korea's nuclear forces. Japan and South Korea condemned the tests. No surprise there. So, Yeah. Whew, what a week. From robot cults and rogue AIs to unsinkable ships, to markets demanding profit and governments playing high-stakes chess. It's all connected. Thanks for sticking around and making sense of it all with me. If you enjoyed this breakdown, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that bell so you don't miss the next one. Until next time, stay curious, stay informed, and maybe be nice to your AI assistants, just in case.